Joining us now for more is Sarah Ponczek, Bloomberg cross-asset reporter. Sarah, much has been made of aggressive short-term call buying over the last few days and what role that played ultimately in the ramp-up and then the drop that we've seen, particularly in tech stocks. That's going to have an effect, obviously, into the volatility metrics that we all track so carefully. Yet those volatility metrics have been doing some strange things. Explain.
They have been doing some strange things, moving in the opposite direction that they typically do. And like you said, much of it has been blamed on this call options buying, which then has forced dealers to hedge. So this really began early last week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of last week, when we saw the Nasdaq rally about 1% or more every single day, on those days, we actually saw the fear gauge for the Nasdaq, so the VIX equivalent for that benchmark, also rise in tandem. Now, typically, that doesn't happen. Well, now what happened was, even with the major sell-off that we've seen in the Nasdaq, down 11% in a correction in 3 days, the worst stretch since March, well, on Friday and also yesterday, we actually saw volatility abate. We saw the VXN actually head lower alongside the Nasdaq. Again, that usually doesn't happen. They move in opposite directions. So why is this happening? There's a couple different theories. One, some are saying maybe this call options mania is actually abating. We don't see dealers having to hedge as much. But also some are just saying that, look, a sell-off was actually priced in the vol market, and that realized volatility just was catching up to implied.
What about flipping the other way? I mean, could you have a short gamma squeeze at some point, like we did with oil earlier in the year?
Well, that is the worry, and that's what people were thinking may have happened the past couple of days, because much has been made of this call options buying, what that means for dealers who are short gamma on the way up. Well, then what does that mean on the way down? Does it exacerbate prices both ways? The thought is yes. However, some, including Steve Sosek over at Interactive Brokers, was saying, look, if you look at implied vol right now, you look at VXN actually declining the past 2 days, maybe that's enough.